Hey guys, it's Krista here, and this is my third week of recording Life Coach Gems. So, yes, I am so proud of myself when I can find something that I can consistently keep up with. So, I'm feeling really good about this. I did get my hair cut this week, and I never like my hair initially when I first get it cut because it always just feels weird, and I'm like, I don't know what my bangs are doing right now, and so, yeah, if you think my hair looks different, I did get it cut. Okay, so there was two things that I wanted to talk about for this week's life coaching gems that came up in my life this past week. And the first thing was I was on a sales call and I noticed that I was like really leaning forward when I was conversing with this person on Zoom. And I realized that, and I do this all the time. And I got feedback from my mentor way back in the day when I was in coach training. And she was like, Krista, you need to learn how to lean back when you're coaching, because that is going to relax your nervous system and it's going to give the person in front of you space to come forward and fill up the space. And so I've been catching myself when I've been doing it. And I found on sales calls when I started to get really nervous and anxious, especially when money objections would come up, that I start leaning forward more. And so I wanted to look into the research and the science behind this. And this is what I found on ChatGPT. So it said body posture directly affects the nervous system. Research in fields like embodied cognition and psychophysiology shows that your posture sends powerful feedback loops to your brain. When you lean forward, your body can unconsciously signal threat, urgency, or readiness to act and activates your sympathetic nervous system. When you lean back, you shift your body into a more open, receptive, and relaxed state, supporting activation of your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest. So when we lean back, this mimics what we do when we feel safe and unthreatened. We relax into chairs, couches, or beds. This can reduce muscle tension, lower heart rate, and slow breathing down. Okay, so relaxed, open postures correlate with reduced stress, greater calm, and better emotional regulation. So I want you guys to be paying attention when you're coaching people this week or you're doing sales calls and notice what your posture is doing. I feel like I'm too far down. Notice what your posture is doing. And if you can, try to correct it and lean back a little bit and soften. And then that way you're going to be in a much better emotional and mental place to coach your clients and just see if your posture makes a difference with how you coach people and then how you run sales calls as well too, if you're doing that yet in your practice. So that was something that I wanted to share with you. The other thing that I wanted to share was I was talking to a friend today, and her husband is a coach, and they said that they have been struggling financially for a while, and he has been focusing on an area in his business. He's kind of like taken on this new side project, and she said that he's been in a really stressed state about this new area of his business that he's been focusing on. And ever since he's taken on this new focus, their bank account has suffered. And I thought that was really interesting that and so he went out to Sedona and met with his like energy healer mentor out there, and his mentor was like, "Hey, you need to get back to what doing what you love in your business, getting back to running retreats and coaching and getting away from this other area that you were focusing on." And then his wife was telling me that, yeah, she's just like, he hasn't been happy for a long time and he's been really stressed. And so I was just like, wow, that's really interesting that he's not doing things that he enjoys in his business. And as a result of not feeling joy and pleasure and being in a stressed state, their bank account is suffering, the income is suffering. And the same exact thing has been going on with me lately as well too. And I've been finding that before I did my second ayahuasca ceremony in February, I found that I was every day running my business from this place of stress and pressure and perfectionism and wanting to get things right and wanting to make sure that I have all these enrollments and making all this money in my business. And as a result, we have not had as many enrollments, and my bank account is the lowest that it's been in like 4 years. And so I just had this moment this morning, this like download of like, sometimes it can be really hard and really scary to look at our bank account and look at our numbers. But if we can do it from a really relaxed, curious, regulated place, I feel that our bank accounts, this might not apply in a regular job, but for entrepreneurs that run their business full time, our bank accounts, I feel like it can tell us the state and health of our business. Right. So I think that's really interesting to look at it that way. Kind of similar. I have a friend who's really big into energy work, and she said, you can tell the energetic state of your room based on the condition that your plant is in. So if your plant is thriving and it's green and it's blooming and it's growing, then you have good energy in the home, apparently. So I feel like the same is true with your bank account. So for all of you guys who are watching this and running your business part-time or full-time, I would just see if you can look at your bank account from this really non-judgmental, neutral place of position, being an observer, and see what is my bank account reflecting back to me right now with my business? What is it showing me? And I bet you could get some interesting answers there. So I'm in an embodied money course right now with my coach, and I'm going to share that to them this week on the group call. I think everyone's going to really like that. So, okay. Well, that's all I have for you guys in terms of coach talk. And I also participated in a combo ceremony this week, yesterday. So I just recorded a podcast episode about that. So you guys can check out the details of that if you like to follow along with my healing and plant medicine journey. And in terms of events coming up this week, we don't have anything in terms of like workshops or anything special, but this is the last week to enroll for our May cohort that starts next week. So we had one student enroll last week. We have another student's going to enroll this week. So we have two more spots left for our May cohort. Don't my eyes look really weird? I'm like, are they okay? Is it just the way the sunlight is focusing on them? I feel like they look weird. But so yeah, if you guys are ready to join our Born to Coach Training Academy, this is our ICF accredited 12-month online coach training program where you can get certified, get your ICF credentials, join our Sedona in-person retreat next year, and learn how to coach at the professional coach level. This is the program for you where I will be mentoring and training you to help you to become a professional coach this year. So you get more information about that below the video. Like I said, there's only two more spots left for our May cohort. And then we have our signature course from idea to income, how to build your heart-centered life coaching business in 7 days. So this is good for my DIY people. Maybe you're not quite ready to join the Born to Coach Training Academy yet, but you want to get your life coaching business up and running and you want the exact step-by-step process on how to do that. That information is below the video as well too. And we have a welcome code there where you can get the course for half off. So it's normally $125. You can get it for $62.50. So this is a really great first step to take if you are thinking about becoming a professional coach. But like I said, maybe not quite ready yet to go into a full-blown ICF accredited coach training program. And then we have our Born to Coach Mastermind. So this is once you are certified and graduated from your coach training program, either from ours or from if you went through a different coach training program and you have already created some paying coaching clients, and you want to take your coaching practice and business to that next level of income growth and impact, we have a 12-month mastermind that I personally lead, where you're getting on group calls every month, and then you're doing private sessions with me, and we have business trainings as well too that will help you to grow your coaching business. And so maybe you want to have consistent $5,000 months, $10,000 months. Maybe you want to start running workshops or start your first podcast or start doing speaking gigs and creating clients from that. So whatever it is to like for you to hit that next level of growth and success in your coaching business, we're going to help you to do that in this mastermind. So all the information's below the video. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in to our weekly Life Coach Gems. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for saying yes to doing this work of becoming a life coach. I feel that it is very important and valuable work that we are bringing into this world. And I always say, I think this world needs more well-trained life coaches in it because what we do really changes and impacts lives and makes a difference in other people's lives. So I love that you're feeling called to this profession, and hopefully one day soon that I get to be your life coach trainer and mentor on this journey. So, all right. Thank you so much, guys. And I will tune in and see you next week in Life Coach Gems. Bye.